Hey guys, Super Airsoft back again, another Airsoft video, and today we have got a great video for you guys. We're going to be going over some of my essential tips to maximize your efficiency out there in indoor CQB Airsoft fields. These are tips that I have personally curated from my experience playing over here at Evike HighGround. If you're a total new beginner or if you've been playing for quite some time, hopefully some of these tips can help you out. But as always, before we get started with the video, remember to like the video if you end up liking it, subscribe if you want more content just like this, and comment down below if you have any questions or comments about any of the tips, or if you have any other tips that you might want newcomers to know. One of the first tips that I can give you is knowing the map. Most of us out there who like to play Airsoft have played first-person shooter games, and one of the most important things with that is knowing the map. Map knowledge is key. Knowing where people congregate, knowing where the corridors and hallways and blind spots are at, knowing where the head glitches are at, knowing where the highest amount of foot traffic is at, knowing where the camping spots are at, are all very, very important in order to maximize your ability on that map. The same goes with Airsoft, but lucky for you, if you just have one local field nearby, you just need to know that one map really well. Your first day at that map is gonna suck. Granted, they usually post the map outline on their website for the field, but it's not the same until you actually go over there, and different barrels are gonna be changed in different spots. Barriers are gonna be a little bit different than it looks like on pictures and videos. So until you go to that Airsoft map and actually play around in it, you're really not going to get yourself too familiar with it. Familiarize yourself with it, get used to it, maybe put a GoPro on yourself just so you can see what you did and what you did wrong, or what you did right, and see where people are at. Find some way to familiarize yourself with that map. Watch how other players play the map as well. People who have been playing there for quite some time are definitely going to be there playing. So watch how they play, watch where they go, take some mental notes, and use it the next time you play. My next tip is master your movements. Indoor CQB is very different from playing outdoors in a longer range field. Movements are a lot quicker. There's a lot more corners. There are a lot more doorways that you have to breach. Indoor fields are usually in kind of a warehouse setting as well, so your footsteps can echo. So being stealthy is key, being deliberate with your movements is key, and checking your corners is major key. Now, I don't do any of this sometimes and kind of just full on send it, but that's also kind of sort of strategy as well, just full send. But the tried and true method is keeping light on your feet, being a little bit more stealthy, of course, deliberately moving around the map, checking your corners, using the slicing the pie technique where you kind of take little pieces of the corner and kind of check the corner piece by piece until you fully clear the corner. When it comes to doorways and blind angles, try not to expose your entire self. Maybe peek just to your head out just a little bit just to see around the corner. The less you're exposed, the harder it is for the opponent to hit you. So yes, mastering your movement around the map, very key. The next tip is using the right gear. Gear for indoor airsoft is very similar to gear for outdoor airsoft. Your gear for indoor airsoft can really make or break your experience. You want to be light, you want to be lean, and you want to be compact. You're going to get hit a lot more often. The gameplay is a lot more fast paced, which means you're going to be walking back to spawn, walking away from spawn, running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth more often than you would when you're playing outdoors. You don't want super heavy, bulky equipment. You also don't want a bunch of random equipment, and you also don't want your gun being super long and bulky as well. There are lots of corners and tight spaces, so having a long gun like a big full-size AK or a 16-inch rifle or a sniper or an LMG is just completely impractical. A lot of airsofters in the indoor CQB arena like to use pistols, SMGs, sub 10-inch rifles, AK-74Us, something along those lines. Your gear, of course, don't wear anything too bulky or heavy. Last thing you want is to kind of overexert yourself and burn yourself out within the first 2 games when you still have many hours of gaming left in the day. When it comes to optional additional equipment for indoor CQB, I recommend flashlights and grenades. There are lots of corners and hallways and rooms when it comes to indoor CQB, so throwing a grenade into a room will kind of eliminate everyone in that room, depending on the arena. It's also pretty frightening to just see your grenade kind of roll into that room, which will inadvertently clear anyone who's in that room to run out that room, clearing it anyways, even if the whole room doesn't clear, depending on arena rules. Flashlights are key because they completely disorient the enemy. The amount of times that I've had a flashlight blinding my face while I'm trying to shoot at them, uncountable. Completely disorients you. You don't know where your shots are going. You don't know where the target actually is. It's just a big beam of light kind of flashing in your face. So CQB specific equipment is key. Next tip is communicate with your team. Indoor CQB Airsoft, contrary to popular opinion, is a team sport. You're communicating with all of the teammates that you have to give you cover fire, help you run this way, help you grab the objective, helping you cover all the different angles that people can show up in or different doorways if you're in a room. Communication is key. One of the best ways to support each other is giving each other cover fire. There are lots of corners, like I've mentioned a bajillion times in this video, so dumping BBs down into an empty corner to prevent an enemy from coming in while you proceed to go in the other direction is a very common tactic. Getting your teammates to help you do that will allow you to move forward, or you helping your teammate move forward. Good communication also means calling out, covering each other's backs, and communicating that, hey, there's someone right there, there's someone right there, get someone over there, there's someone around the corner, you know, calling things out and helping each other. The last tip that I have for everyone is just staying calm under pressure. This is more so meant for the newcomers out there. Yes, you are getting shot at. Yes, it is allowed and it can be painful, but everyone's out there trying to have a good time and have fun. Enjoy the experience that is airsoft. Keeping your composure and staying calm will give you a level head as well when you're trying to go out there and get some enemies. You don't want to make the wrong decision in the wrong time. So let's say, for example, you're getting pinned down, there's a guy just shooting a bunch of BBs down, and midway through them shooting, you think it's the smartest move to say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna peek that corner and try to get him while he's shooting. No, calm down, Rambo. Just like wait until that person's out of BBs or until they get bored of shooting down that corner, and then peek, see if there's an opening. Don't rush into anything, even though I do all the time. Retreat, reassess, don't panic, and find an opening. That's my biggest advice. Also, just have fun. It's airsoft. It's meant to be fun. I know there's a lot of people out there who kind of ruin the fun, but it really is meant to be fun. Alrighty, that's it for today's video. So to quickly recap, the tips are to master your movement, know the field, make sure you've got the right equipment, communicate with your team, and stay calm under pressure. If any of you guys have additional go-to indoor CQB strategies out there or tips, comment down below, let everyone else know. Other than that, like the video if you end up liking it, and subscribe if you want more content, and I'll see you in the next one.